It's been a moment. Welcome back to the Fantastics podcast. My name is Renz, and if you are just joining us for the first time, do well to like, subscribe, comment, and share our content. We are the most exciting football show in the whole worldwide. And as usual, I'm always hanging in the studio with one man, the ebullient, sentient, octopus, predictor, calculator, analyzer, and catalyzer.
Hmm.
Agree senior man.
I greet you, our great
You
fans.
dey greet me or you dey greet them?
I greet you, our great fans.
Okay. Me,
Are
I
you,
no follow.
are you our fans?
No problem now.
In the Premiership, the teams that are serious.
Wetin happen in the Premiership, Sabubu? Allow the fans breathe.
Well, fans, as you breathe, keep on breathing. If there's a word like that, because we're going to press your neck as we start.
Who is we? Because I am suspecting something when you say we will press your neck.
It
Who
is
is
me
we?
and you.
Okay, no
because
problem.
We are on the show.
If you say that, then I agree. Because there is a pride that has been priding around right now. That pride is, the elephant pride.
Well,
It's normally lions that have pride, but suddenly elephants have pride.
the lion has left the logo, so let's continue with the show. As it stands, the teams are collecting points because everybody is gunning for the Champions League next season. Arsenal did a number on Sunderland. City went to Anfield and silenced the cup. Chelsea took on Wolves. 2 fantastic penalties and a lovely goal. Cole Palmer has gone to the top. In fact, he's going up on that chart of players still being active for hat-tricks. The only man that is above him now is the Norwegian assassin.
Yeah, Erling himself.
Yes, then for Newcastle, they did what they know how to do best, lose at home to Brentford.
It has now become sort of a joke. St. James's Park was one of the most formidable grounds to go to.
It was
But
a
we don't dey see
fortress
am.
as the season started. They beat City in that stadium. A fantastic performance, but I still do not understand what Eddie Howe is up to. As for Aston Villa, are we seeing them losing steam at the crucial part of the season?
That squad has been decimated by a lot of injuries and commitments in multiple competitions. So I kind of feel like he's getting to Emery's team, and unfortunately for him, it is at the most crucial point of the season. The Premier League is so competitive that you look at the top of the table, the margins are so fine, so tiny. Anybody will just lose guard now, fall out of the picture. A lot of fixtures are coming up, important games for all the teams in frame for Champions League qualification. We can talk about title contention. We know those that are really in frame. Although Aston Villa are flattering to deceive right now, Man City are looking like they're picking up steam at the moment of the season where they pick up steam. Arsenal are still setting the standard.
City brought life back to the Premiership. That Haaland's penalty saved their season.
You can say back to the title race because the Premiership has always been lively, right? But it was looking like Arsenal were running away with the league. A 9-point gap at this point would have looked insurmountable because of how impressive Arsenal has been. Let's not take let's not decrease the opprobriums. Sorry. More not decrease
your student is here.
Let's not decrease, the respect that they deserve. They have earned it. Impressive performances, consistency, and that's what you want from a title-winning side. Now, can they go through with about 13 games to go? 13 games to go.
And they are going to tough grounds.
Yeah.
Because when the season is getting to that finale, the teams that were not doing well will just suddenly start picking up. As it stands, Tottenham Hotspur are staring at relegation. They're about 6 points from the drop. They went to Old Trafford. We're expecting a game,
a competition. Yeah.
A competitive game, and the Argentine butcher decided to get himself sent off in that match.
I don't know. It was a flimsy foul, but a red card, I felt it was a bit harsh. And we are going to talk about, officiation across the games this weekend because the Liverpool Man City fixture, we also saw a lot of questionable calls in that fixture. So these are some of the things that you wonder what's going on. Even with the Chelsea game, a lot of Wolves fans will not agree with you that some of those calls were penalties. But I mean, these are the issues right now in England. The EPL is beset by inconsistent refereeing. We have said it. The only consistent thing about officiation in England is inconsistency. How ironic.
Yes. Then let's go to Spain. Barca beat Mallorca 3-0. They know that Real
Are
is coming
breathing
at
down
them.
their necks.
And Real had a very tough fixture away from home. And they passed that test. It wasn't easy. We saw, what's the name of that their coach? Albaloa, what's that his name?
Abeloa.
Do you think he can take them across the line?
Now, a Carlo Ancelotti was not able to defeat Hansi Flick over how many game season?
Over 4 games.
Oh,
That's
no, I mean like is it 48 or 52?
yeah, no, apart from that, they met in different
Yeah,
competitions.
yeah. So my point is, I don't see Real Madrid piping Barcelona to La Liga. I don't just see it happening with the level of flux and inconsistency in that team. Barcelona are getting their results poco a poco, and they are getting there. Atletico Madrid, unfortunately, are doing what they do best, which
After
is do something one week and do nothing the
to the
next
same
week.
team.
Yeah. So I don't know about them, but I mean they are out of the picture entirely. So you'll be looking at Barcelona and Madrid. It's a few points, but come on, Barcelona
Did you
in
see?
this form.
Did you see Conte's team at their best and at their worst at the same time? They won at Genoa 3-2, a red card.
Coming from behind.
It was
too.
just an inconsistent performance, but I guess that match they won it based on experience,
Now,
be it on the field and from the bench.
The one thing with Antonio Conte, I always drum it. Conte plays his team into the ground, and he's such a passionate man. You see his teams play as passionately as he does. Intensity is very key for him. Tempo is very key for him. That's why he's always packing Premier League players. Anyone they reject, if he does not mind bring, because the pace of the Premier League is something that Conte likes to replicate in his teams. Now, season is going into the business end. All his players are injured. They are McTominay is feeling hamstring.
Picking
This
up
one
red
is,
cards left.
it's just crazy. But well, he's keeping himself in frame. So if his players come back in time, he might still mount a push. But I don't see anybody dislodging
Inter went to
Inter.
Sao Solo, a game that both of us said would be very difficult for Inter, and they matched them 5-0. Yes, there was a red card for Sao Solo. In the Serie A, we had over 4 red cards, which was crazy.
Red cards, they travel everywhere
Yes.
now. Even in League One, everywhere, red cards were flying this weekend. I think this was a red card weekend. But basically, you just do your job. That's what you.
Then for Juventus, they have to come from behind against Lazio.
We have to keep an eye out for Juve, right? They won't be as consistent as an ideal Spalletti team is, but watch out for them.
Then the Classique in France, it was a mauling.
I think we should just call it the Classic. The Classic-fied the fixture. A 5-0, that was a statement from PSG.
Yes.
A statement. And 2 magnificent goals from Ousmane Dembele. That was beautiful.
The current Ballon d'Or.
I mean, that's why he's the best player in the world right now. Those were beautiful goals, and PSG delivered a statement. Ahead of, last season, they also had to go through the playoffs to get into the round of 16, the knockout phase. This season, they have also, and they just started picking up steam. Around that time, they were to enter
January,
into the playoff.
February.
You get
That's
the
when
point
the
now.
kickoffs, yeah.
And now, they just, watch out for PSG.
Now, let's go back to Sunday night match at Anfield. It was a match that we wanted to see the best of football, but we ended up seeing the best of the referees in that match.
You mean the worst of the referees, right?
Well, let's say that if we talk too much, we might be sanctioned.
Okay.
So the best of the referees.
The best of the referees.
Now, it was a game of 2 halves.
Absolutely.
First half was for City. The second half, Liverpool.
The second half was divided into 2 halves.
Yes. Soboslai, we saw his magical free kick. Now, was it that playing him out of position was why his game was not A-listed the way we know him? Because the Liverpool team that started the second half were playing, that Liverpool pressing on the break. But one moment of Referee genius changed the whole game.
Let's not take anything away from City. They fought for every ball. They survived every onslaught. Donnarumma was magnificent in goal, and that's what you want from a team that is challenging for titles first and foremost. Now Liverpool had their chances. Had they taken them, City came out first half, did their thing. In the second half, Liverpool came out in a bliss, and you would have expected them to get one or two goals. Ekitike, with the chances that came his way, if he had buried one or two of them, he would have the fixture would have had a different complexion. So that's the challenge. Now, credit to Arne Slot and his boys. This is a very improved performance. I know they didn't get the 3 points, but Liverpool look far more solid than they have looked in recent times. And he can see some positives to take from that. But like we were saying, the referees now then can dominate the match. First and foremost, Sabubu, I want to ask you that penalty call, the penalty that Haaland dispatched to make it 2-1. Do you think it was a fair penalty call?
Yes.
Why? Let's remember this is a goalkeeper going out to smother an attack. The goalkeeper went to ground. He didn't extend his hand or his legs to clip the player. The player got caught in the goalkeeper's body. I want to ask, should the goalkeeper now become transparent? Should he become air?
No. One thing you need to understand about goalkeepers are protected. And they are mostly protected from throw-ins, corner kicks, and free kicks. Even if the keeper hits you, they will still blow it against you. But when it comes to this one-on-one, especially when the ball is in no man's land and two people are going for it,
Yeah.
that's where keepers have to be very, very careful. Because that's when players have their edge over the goalkeepers. Most of the penalties that are given against goalkeepers are in that situation.
But why I'm saying that was very flimsy. You look at the ball, there was no way Matheus Nunes would have gotten to the ball, even if he got past
You should
Alisson.
get used to players.
First and foremost,
Yeah, we know
the
that.
ball was already out of play. And then, what do you want the goalkeeper to do? So he shouldn't go for the ball, and if he's diving, he should just allow himself to become air. So that, guys, let's not talk much. We'll go for a short break.
Liverpool lost that match.
When we come
I
back,
hope you know that. And as it stands, they will likely have to struggle into the top 5 because
everybody is going to have to struggle into the top 5. Have you seen Chelsea's fixtures in February and March?
Chelsea can overcome. Rossini is doing a very good job there.
Guys, let's go for a short break. I want to format this guy because he don't talk some kind things.
We are at the business end of leagues in Europe. As we said last week, the midweek, some teams are trying to win some cups, either plastic cup, silver cup, or gold cup.
Call the teams their name. There are some teams that they have been using trophylessness to beat them.
So as it stands, we're going to have Copa del Rey semi-finals in Spain. Then the Premiership will have midweek matches because of the FA Cup over the weekend.
Yeah.
Then we have Coppa Italia matches also. Now let's start with Tuesday fixtures in the Premiership. Chelsea has Leeds to contend with, and Chelsea have no excuse. If they really want to qualify for the Champions League, these are the kind of matches they have to start winning well and fast. Everton will take on AFC Bournemouth. Spurs are battling relegation. It's official already, and they're taking on Newcastle, who might
join them.
Who might slip into the relegation battle if they
join them
if they don't take their matches. Now this is an acid test for Michael Carrick. He's going to the London Stadium to take on West Ham.
His home stadium.
Who have picked up form at the right time. Now, Renz.
Yeah.
Chelsea leads.
Chelsea leads the way. Okay. When you look at, the London boys now trying to... I want to tell you something. If Rosinho loses that match and he can't afford to lose it, with fixtures coming thick and fast against some of the best sides in the league, they have to win that match. I would back them ideally to get a result in that fixture,
Same here.
and with goals. Remember, Leeds also ran them ragged at Elland Road,
Yeah.
so they want to repay the favor. We should expect a
Then
statement.
Everton versus Bournemouth. We saw Everton go away to Fulham to win, which was like a shock to everybody. They are home to Bournemouth, who played out a 1-1 draw with Aston Villa
Yeah.
at the Vitality. Now, do you think Everton can get one over Bournemouth?
I think they can at the
Okay.
Hill Dickinson Stadium,
Yeah.
our favorite stadium, by the way. At that stadium, with Keenan Disbury Hall back, fit and firing and on form. Tieno Barry, their striker, who they signed from Villarreal, I think he's also picking up just at the right time. So Everton are poised. Bournemouth are here and there. They have not really been themselves of late since the festive
The
round
problem.
of
The problem I
matches.
have with Bournemouth is they tend to switch on for the big teams. Watch their
Mm,
games against the big teams. They play their A game. Reasons best known to them.
maybe some people just like the big challenges, and when it comes to their mates, they beat them like thief. But well, I'm backing Everton to get a win or a draw in that match
Then Spurs versus Newcastle. Spurs have won just 1 or 2 matches at home
at
this
home.
season.
It's crazy. That match out. The only thing I can really predict for sure is that there will be goals in it, right? A lot of people will be coming out. Christian Romero, he let himself down, and I'm really sorry for him because he might lose his place in that Tottenham defense. He might lose his place. Let's see how that pans out. But goals.
Now, West Ham, Manchester United. This is a match I want to take my time to sit and watch.
The United strand, we are all rooting for you. I personally want him to cut his hair because if he doesn't cut it now,
It to turn to Dada.
he might never cut it. Samson no fit do pass like this, I assure you. So I see United with a win or a draw in that fixture. Carrick will be going back to his boyhood club, but I don't see West Ham stopping
I might
them.
be controversial here. I'm looking at the West Ham win or draw.
Okay, let's see how that pans
Then
out.
Coppa Italia semi-finals. The old head and the new head in the game. Napoli versus Como.
I see Como getting a result in that match because for now, the squad is too worn out, and Como, they have boys brimming with confidence and putting in magnificent performances. So I see them with a win or a draw, something.
Then on Wednesday, Aston Villa will take on Brighton. Crystal Palace takes on Berlin. Man City takes on Fulham. A chance to cut the points to 3 points. Then Nottingham Forest will take on Wolves. Then Sunderland will welcome Liverpool.
What I can say for all these fixtures is that there are going to be goals. Likely both teams scoring for most of them. Now, Nottingham Forest and Wolves are two teams. Wolves, you can say for a given that they are going to be relegated. Nottingham Forest have a lot to fight for. With Crystal Palace facing off against Burnley, and that gives them a chance to establish a little breathing space between them and the drop zone. So it's going to be an interesting round of fixtures. Sunderland Liverpool is the highlight for me. I see Arne Slot facing a very stern test at the Stadium of Light. It's going to be a very difficult match for him. And whether or not they'll make the Champions League depends on a result like this one.
This match,
if they don't win this game, it's going to be very difficult.
Match would determine a lot because physically, Sunderland is going to drain them. Sunderland will make them run. For every point in this game, they will have to earn it. Now, if they lose this match, it might affect their performance over the weekend in the FA Cup. And Sunderland have nothing
to lose. Nothing at all.
Arsenal beat them 3-0 over the weekend, but Arsenal
played the hell out of. Yeah, they had to. And to be honest, the scoreline, I'm not saying Arsenal didn't play dominantly, but the scoreline flattered the performance. The performance was not as impressive as the scoreline.
The scoreline in that match should have been 1-0.
So that's something to watch
then
out for.
The Real semi-final on Wednesday is Athletic Club Bilbao versus Real Sociedad. Semi-finals.
At the San Mames?
Yes.
Well, I'll back Athletic Club with a win or draw for that fixture.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Then on Thursday, the whole of England sit down to watch one match. Brentford versus Arsenal.
You already made a comment about the lead possibly being cut short by Man City win at Fulham. Arsenal, the pressure is on them. Either ways, by the time they will kick off against Brentford at the G-Tech, they might be assured of their lead staying intact if Man City lose to Fulham.
Mm.
Or
True.
Man City might still throw down the gauntlet and say, guys, what can you do? But all I can say is Arsenal need to keep on doing what they are doing, which is pick up their points either ways. Set piece FC, pick up your points. Open goals, pick up your points. Long throws, whatever you have to do, because
Then
when you win the trophy, you don't
then
concern anybody.
the star match of the midweek is the second semi-final in the Copa del Rey between Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona.
Shout out to Atletico Madrid. After signing the Nigerian Prince, the one-time African Footballer of the Year, Ademola Lookman, the traction from this part of the continent has increased on their social medias. Engagement has increased. And we saw Ademola with a sprightly performance on his debut, got a goal, got an assist. Unfortunately, they lost over the weekend. He was also in the starting lineup. So that's a good sign for him. He's playing in a top team that plays in the Champions League and challenges for La Liga. This is an opportunity for him to go up against one of the best teams, but with a vulnerable high line and defense. And this is a player we know can exploit spaces. So let's see how that comes about. At the Wanda Metropolitano, I don't write off Atletico. They can sting Barcelona.
Real Madrid will host Real Sociedad before their playoff match next week. Do you think they will rest players or they will go out guns blazing?
They have a very big squad.
Okay.
But they are a little thin at the back. That's where they have issues. I think they are going to rotate. It's important that they rotate. They are going to get a very stern fixture over their two-legged tie. So I'm sure Abeloa will have on his mind, to balance the team. So they'll rest players, but I expect them to get a win or a draw.
Then the Battle of Italy, Inter versus Juventus.
I see an Inter win.
Just like that.
Straight win.
Now the FA Cup, the oldest cup competition in the world. We're at they call it round of 16, right? They call it the fourth round. Selectors fixtures. Man City will take on Salford City. See where I looked at you.
Salford. It is well. It is well.
He has answered you.
Goals.
Aston Villa, Newcastle.
Aston Villa, Newcastle. That's another fixture with goals. But I look at Newcastle getting a win or a draw in that fixture. I see them progressing.
Liverpool versus Brighton.
Brighton might Brighton Liverpool, to be honest. I see Brighton progressing from that match.
Their third round match, they went to Old Trafford to beat United.
So I see Brighton are always off color most of the time, but against big teams. So they might upset Liverpool. I see an upset.
You're very sure about that?
Not very sure, but I suspect one.
Then Sunday is Napoli versus AS Roma.
I see a Napoli win. Win or draw at least, but they are going through.
Then the FA Cup, Birmingham City will take on Leeds. Grimsby Town, the team that keeps insulting United for no reason, I don't know why, will take on Wolves. Oxford will take on Sunderland. Stoke versus Fulham. Then Arsenal will take on Wigan Athletic.
As far as I'm concerned, the major fixture we will talk about there is Arsenal, Wigan, and it's not really a major fixture. Expect Arsenal to progress, and most of the Premier League teams alongside. The likes of Birmingham and Leeds, that's a derby, and it's a very tough fixture. So you can also see some surprises might be sprung in that match. But generally, you expect the likes of Wolves, Sunderland, Fulham to progress to the next round.
Now, what is happening in Saudi Arabia?
Well, the GOAT, or one of the GOATs, has gone on strike in protestation.
Of what now?
Of a lack of support for his team. Now, this is now why when you the one owner, they own multiple clubs. You understand? We don't have any favorites. That's what they will say. But somebody will enjoy more than others. Okay, so over the transfer window, right? Ronaldo was expecting some investment in the squad for Al Nassr so they could, maybe compete. They are very close, a few points behind Al Hilal. And of course, Al Ittihad is also in the title race in Saudi Arabia. Now, they deterred and say no money to sign players. But Al Hilal will be the alleged favorite team.
Went to buy Benzema
from Al Ittihad. so that they can come and cement themselves.
Mm.
So now the PIF owns, right? The Public Investment Fund owns Al Ittihad, Al Ahly, Al Nassr, and Al Hilal. All of them. All of them. So Ronaldo the para now say why, and he's on strike. It's looking like they won their last game with Angelo Gabriel and Sadio Mane scoring, but Ronaldo still no one play in the protest. And he's an influential man, so the whole world is watching.
I heard a particular team is sniffing around.
Which team is that?
Inter Miami.
Inter Miami. Well, they want to put the goats together.
Yes.
Two goats cannot play in the same team, please. Let's be warned.
Yeah, because
Inter Miami, let's just let you know. So maybe when I go carry and go play Inter Milan.
No, I'll tell you why he can't go there. Messi has this Beckham style contract and investment.
Yeah.
In
Inter Miami.
Actually,
in MLS.
In MLS. So even if Ronaldo goes to MLS, it has to come in through that style and another team entirely.
So that he can, build his own brand. Well, kudos to him. Talking about, Lionel Messi, the ex-Barcelona man. Barcelona finally pulled out from the Super League. They don't tell Madrid, say you are on your own. Say those two people, they don't the malice since. They don't the quarrel. This one bribe referee. This one they complain. This one they want influence referee and all that. So it seems the Super League idea is finally dead in the water because it's only Real Madrid. Now then see the stubborn say they go sue UEFA, they go collect compensation. There was a court case where the European Court of Justice ruled that it was wrong for UEFA to suppress the Super League and all that. So that's something to keep an eye on, but generally. And then, guys, we all know elephants still there on top 3. Will they be able to do it? Enter comment section and let us hear from you whether by the end of May we may see Sabubu doing what Sabubu has been dreaming of doing since, telling all of you.
Well, it's quite unfortunate that if I was in my 20s now, it would have been different. I've seen victory on the red side of London, not once, not twice.
Oh yeah.
It's just that it's been a while.
Wow, yeah. So, wise man. They give senior man. They give a senior man method. All right, guys, it has been a wonderful show with you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're still watching till now, you are the MVP. But if you haven't followed us on social media yet, please do the needful. You know what it means. We are the best. You are the best also. Thank you for joining us. Until we come back next week.
Stay blessed.